Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Now, wait a minute. Have you been scrolling through your recent Facebook news feed lately, huh? Is that the main reason why you came to this video? So that you can learn about how you can put a stop to your tempting doom scrolling habit, which is now taking over your social life piece by piece? Ah, well, I have got to admit to myself, I still think about how much time I've spent on Facebook when I was so young. And that was the time when Facebook was still in its infancy stage, or when Facebook was still a baby, like it was still in the very first version you could ever think about. So, let me give you a backstory about how I first encountered social media. When I was still in kindergarten, okay, I believe that was since around 2005, maybe, I had never even heard about the term social media yet. Why? Because Facebook hadn't even been invented yet, obviously. So back then, I only had a Nokia phone. I don't really have it now, okay? My Nokia phone was my very first phone. And even that type of phone didn't have any social networking sites yet, okay? Like Facebook, for example. So we never had social media back then, like back in the early 2000s. So being a certified Nokia fan, I was pretty die hard about owning a Nokia, which made me one of the luckiest kids in school. But that doesn't mean I'm so rich, okay? Why? Because not many of my classmates ever owned a cell phone before. So even phones back then were commonly used for texting your friends, calling your loved interest, or playing 8-bit minigames. I cannot remember all the different minigames I've played with my old Nokia phone. And also, you can use it for checking your emails. So, our phones weren't even so addictive to use in the past until this term, social media, was widely introduced to the rest of the world. And Facebook, of course, was released internationally as the new mode of communication and entertainment. So, the decade of the 2010s was when everything about the Gen Z millennial life started to change dramatically. So that nowadays, people my age are still talking about the latest gossip, news stories, and controversial tales of what has ever happened to someone who just got cyberbullied, for example, which are all coming from social media apps that we now use favorably. Wherein it's like even Facebook is becoming our new digital idol, okay? Or our own social networking god. So Facebook was really all those kids had now. So if you always like to doom scroll all the time with your iPhone, like this, okay, or any other touchscreen phone, then suffice it to say, you are always prejudiced as a new generation millennial. And your subconscious mentality starts to transition from a society based individual to a technology dependent individual. We are now always dependent on all forms of technology just to keep us pleasurably satisfied and instantly gratified whenever we need just this small dose of dopamine injected into our minds. We are always staying informed about what's new in social media trends and why we are always debating about politics so that we can often start a new argument one click away from becoming deeply affected by pragmatical propaganda, okay, based on the term pragmatism. So, of course, I never wanted to get myself involved in any of that, okay? So, henceforth, I finally stopped doom scrolling by the time I ultimately got so tired of Facebook. And so, I never wanted my right hand thumb to continuously scroll until my eyes would get so tired of scrolling that I might have wasted too much of my time just mindlessly looking at pointless images of anything that ain't worth my attention span to pinpoint my subconscious direction into. So, even my thumb is also getting a bit tired right now. Okay. So, being a social media addict is like the new alcoholism of the 21st century. Except The only big difference would be that our phones would be like our Jack Daniels whiskey bottles. The total number of days we spend doom scrolling on social media amounts to all the time wasted in making our lives productive and meaningful. So, do keep in mind that we only have 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week, around 28 to 31 days in a month, and 365 days in a year. So we only have a short amount of time in our lives to make our time productive, actively managed, operable, lenient, and optimistically achievable, or Paolo for short, okay, which is my nickname, by the way. So, well, with that being said, let us all eliminate the tempting urge of doom scrolling. Okay? Let us replace it with focusing our energy and our proactiveness on doing all of the most important tasks in all areas of our lives, whether at work, in school, with our families, with friends, or even with our centralizations in faith. Even though I'm not really much of a religious person, so of course, we cannot turn back time and erase all of our social media based regrets. So please, just please stop assuming to yourself that social media will always make your life better if your only main intention is to scroll endlessly and addictively with your thumb or whatever finger you're normally using for your unhealthy scrolling habits, okay? So let us all put a stop to doom scrolling, okay? Let's try to make our lives productive. And yeah, that will be all for this video today. And I do hope that you could also reconsider your decisions to never doom scroll again, just to let your downtime pass so much that you have already forgotten your other important household chores or even your homework that you need to complete before the day ends. So be sure to put your phone away or even lock it in a safety deposit box so that you wouldn't ever feel so tempted to grab your phone and be entranced by the dubious spell of addictive social media consumption, okay? So let us not fall for that trap of social media consumption. So be sure to drop a like if you have enjoyed learning so much from this video, and be sure to subscribe to the channel as well to stay updated with the latest personal development videos that I will upload soon. Click that notification bell so that you will never miss out on any other new video updates from me, and I will see you all in the next video. Once again, let us all put a stop to social media addiction, everybody. And have a nice day, everyone. Goodbye.